Why, hello there, internet friends. It's Too Old for Gaming. Today we are on Ostrowno. I am playing as the Hungarians, the first Páncélos, and I'm starting the match off by attempting to get the flag here at the intersection. Not an area I usually target on these 10 versus 10s. So, a little bit of a different challenge for me. FW189 is spotting a lot of trucks over here. I do have an ME210 with 250 kilogram bombs. Unfortunately, we're losing sight of these guys somehow behind the trees here, and unfortunately my ME210 not able to make a strafing run. Now the enemy's coming in with their own aircraft and a hero. But P39 not able to keep up with us. No, he's firing, but he gets pushed off by our anti-aircraft guns. So 17 pounders set up already back here. I do have these 97 38 75s here in phase A. I was going to try to get my infantry over here, but enemy right there waiting for us to advance, so we get stopped. Unfortunately, he's got a whole platoon over here of infantrymen that I'm catching out in the open. We've got our hero here, but again, we're going up against a division who has 17 pounders in their deck, so everything's basically dangerous. Staghound Mark 1 on our right flank here. I think we lost one truck, and we're immediately getting shelled here. These motorized Loves squads, they have the bazooka, which is really nice if we have any tanks come through. So Panzer III is here spotting. There's another AT gun already set up over here in the forest. JU-88 getting bombs off, but I think he might have been a little behind. I don't know. And it looks like we've got another AT gun, a 6-pounder, who at this range is probably still dangerous to us, so I've got to back these guys off. He does end up targeting the Panzer III recon and as easily takes him down. So I'm moving my hero back because we have a lot of AT guns. That M42 just went down. But we've got the 6-pounder here, and then there was, what, a 17-pounder here? And I'm continuing to get mortared by this enemy team here. So, these 75s, they're not great. I mean, they're 35 points, though, and they give you some field gun support. I guess I don't believe that this division has a field gun. And I want to say that my machine guns are in phase B. So we discover a lot of enemy equipment back here. Recon car, field gun, a couple machine gun teams. He's holding them back so they're out of sight to my Panther over here. And again, this area just getting constantly shelled, so everyone's pinned down. So we've got another player over here, but it's not really active on the front line. Sturmgren's getting spotted over here. Needs to pull those guys back. And some more mortars coming down. Let's see where those are firing from back here. I don't see them. I'm trying to get this guy in view without getting in position to be hit by an anti-tank gun. And I'm moving this guy up. Again, this guy's like just out of visual range here. So the Werframen ends up taking out the recon car. I'm bringing in more of my own recon cars because I'm definitely afraid of all the anti-tank guns here. These are 15-point losses if we lose when I don't want to lose a leader at 135 points. At some point, those might be howitzers because he's pretty far back. So he's just raining shells on my position. Way back there, so definitely howitzers. We spot the 6-pounder because of our Kasaba. So on our left flank here, it looks like we need more infantry to be able to keep pushing through that town. Looks like 75mm shells continuing to rain down on us. Another 6-pounder over here. So he does manage to take out our recon car. We are getting both AT guns on him. See if we can take him down. One guy left. But the artillery directly dropping on us now. So our Panther manages to take out the AT gun, but I bet there's more. I did bring in some Tarantus. They have the 75mm short barrel howitzer and 2 machine guns, so definitely quality for anti-infantry work, but there's another AT gun back here. 7-man crew, 17-pounder, so we got to get out of there. Bounces on that round, we're backing up. We're at 1,500. Just trying to get out of view here, and it looks like we should be, but now he's firing at these Terrans way back here, so I gotta back them off. In phase A, I do have a 105, so the radios on the vehicle here were just out of range of the radio. And I'm moving him over here so that we can get into that ring. So far in this match, just taking lots of artillery and trying to destroy a lot of pieces of AT equipment. So hopefully we're able to do something against him there. And unfortunately, if you guys set up artillery, try to keep it away from other players' artillery because you're going to get counter batteried and then blow up their stuff too. Trying to take out the Gepard. Taking a look around here, team's done a great job of capturing the entire town just off this flag. We've got the whole hilltop here. We've got the hill over here. Don't have that flag. Looks like our far right flank is falling. Not a whole lot of equipment, but there's only one flag out here, so that's not bad for us. We're at a 17-15. Usually able to penetrate deeper into the enemy lines by now, but AT guns are really just bottling us up. You know, I don't know if these 105s have smoke. I'd probably have to pull in a couple to be able to smoke the area to advance across. But there's a lot of ambush points here for AT guns all over the place, so I'd probably push forward with infantry first and bring in the tanks behind you. But again, there's ambush points for machine guns too. The nice thing is we've got Nimrods. These are probably one of the best anti-aircraft pieces in the game. Actually have 4 heat shells that can penetrate 200mm of armor, which is kind of amazing. So I'll be interested to see at the end of the game if our 105s are able to kill anything off. End up spotting the recon squad with our own here. And this is a little bit of a risk moving him up so far. But I want to take out this MG34. And we're off the flag because these guys are pinned. So the game board is now tied at a 16-16. I'd like to cap a flag for the team here.
Megvannak.
251/9 goes down to probably the Sherman over here. There's another AT gun set up in this direction. We're at the point now, though, where we can spot them coming across the reinforcement road and take out some of his tanks here. Another 17-pounder still up back here that we dropped all those 105 rounds on. Looks like he took a few casualties, but 3 men left. So we end up spotting the PaK 75. Another one of our outdated anti-tank guns is destroyed. We're in Phase B, so I can bring in machine guns and quite a bit more infantry units. So the... I can't, man. I keep thinking about how to pronounce this. Correct Parosuk. It's as close as I'm gonna get. Correct Parosuk. Oh, we're getting off map now. These guys have 13 men, so it's just like a one extra man in the infantry squad over a standard one. We've got MG34 and 17-pounder back here, so remember, we have 2 17-pounders and machine guns kind of everywhere. Unfortunately, our Beaufighter here takes out our commander, and we lose our infantry team. Continuing to shell the positions, but really having a difficult time destroying the enemy's equipment. I will bring in 149s, which are really good units. We lose another man to 75mm howitzer fire. But we've got the flag here, just barely. So enemy not really trying to come through and take our position. Tons of defenses set up, preventing a breakthrough for now. So we'll just have to try and smash them with artillery. The 105 is not going to do it. So we'll bring in another Panther in case we see some heavier equipment, MG34, and then we'll start setting up some field howitzers. And because we lost we had a Nimrod here already, and we lost our Panther, I brought in another Nimrod. So we've got a Flak Verling, some Gepards, and another Nimrod. So 17-pounder does end up getting pinned over here. And our team is wiped out by howitzer fire. Wanted to get my MG34 up here so that if he does try to run across, we can pin them out in the open. Probably wondering why I haven't brought in the ME-210 again. It's just because he had just too much anti-aircraft. So we've got a platoon of these bigger squads back here, but you can see my front line has just been annihilated by artillery, so I'm just kind of keeping them back. My recon team sees an Achilles back here and spotters. Somehow he's just out of range of this guy. So the team's maintained control of the town, but has pushed off the point here. We've moved very deep into their territory over here. Battling it out on the hilltop. We've lost this whole right flank, though. The IS-2, definitely a big problem for this team over here. Hopefully they could set up AT guns here to defend this flag and maybe a machine gun or something. Because we're losing right now. Nope. We just flipped this flag right here back to us. So it's tied up. It's going back and forth on that right flank. And unfortunately, their defenses are pretty strong here on left. So just a very grindy type of match. Preferred if I could roll through and cap some stuff and get into these woods with some infantry. Now he's bombing us over here with more and more 75 fire, and it looks like we've got a bunch of mortars set up here. We're sort of destroying things back there, so moving to World War I style fighting as no one can make a breakthrough. And we've been wiped back here. But enemy not attempting to break through right now. Very dangerous situation though, because we've got this unarmored 90mm cannon up here for AT, and that's it. I ended up moving a couple of these squads out of the woods just due to the fire. There's no point in losing the men who were there. And I'm moving this team to the left so that we can retake this flag because our recon doesn't move the front line. And our MG-34 is set up to cut these guys off over here. Another move I made on this one that I thought was wise was I brought in a Tiger to basically use like an anti-tank gun here because we got open ground. So I'm moving a Tiger forward and I'm going to position him here so that he's not super forward because the 17-pounder will hit me. But if I get him to he's like right on the edge of the road here, then anybody coming through in trucks or tanks that are using fast move, I'll be able to get shot on. I did bring in a leader to bring the radio back here, and I brought in a Pack 40. I get those in Phase B. He's getting fired on right now, though. So I have to drop him out. We have the Panther here to take on the Achilles, too. So we've got a Sherman and an Achilles, but we have 2 guns to fire at him, so hopefully we can take him out. Our recon team just getting absolutely hammered by artillery fire right now. I did bring in another of these 44M teams with their bazookas. We take out the spotters, which is big. But our recon team goes down to 1 billion shells in this position. We still have this one, though. Boy, I really thought I brought in my artillery sooner. I guess I didn't bring those into Phase C, which we're almost in now. So we got pushed off this flag due to the Frenchmen. Lots of AT back there. But we've got this whole zone. We got pushed off this hill, too. IS-2 getting pushed back. And he does get destroyed. Go back to our position here. So we're pinned again by artillery fire. My 105's falling at the 120s here, but another team's piece of artillery takes them out. And then my reinforcement truck gets nuked because we were firing Nebelwerfers from my position. So please don't do that. It's very annoying. ISU-122S is going to battle this Tiger here in a second. Tiger spots it first. First shell penetrates. And the ISU-122 misses. It's going to be huge for us. Transmission damaged. Fortunately for us, we get a bounce on that one. And we managed to destroy the tank destroyer. So this will flip in our favor once these guys get unpinned. Another Achilles coming up. Probably wants to take on my Panther back here. So they've regained a lot of position over here on the far right flank, but the enemy's still holding on to both zones. We've got a lot of assault pioneers just off the flag here. Just off this flag. So here's the 149. We've got set up back here to do counter battery fire. And he's on auto counter, so there's definitely an artillery piece in here. And I've got another one over here set to auto counter. But this is where we were taking fire from here and then over here. So the lighter 105, I've moved to this. 105s, I mean, unless you've got 4 or 5 of them, not going to be great for counter batteries. It's just not that big of a shell. But the 150, 155, 149, definitely capable of taking down the enemy's equipment. P-47 gets destroyed by this massive AA net here. Another ISU 122 coming in, not an S model like the last one. Miss. That was way off. See what he can do here. Yeah, another miss. It looks like we're about to get off-mapped here shortly. Oh, single shot us with that 122. Does 12 damage. Wow. Tried to move the Panther up, but there's still the 3 men left there with the 17-pounder. I did move 2 infantry squads over. I didn't really care about these. They're 20 points. And I have brought an MG-34, which I will walk up to the front. So we do die. I think it was to that 17-pounder, unfortunately. And our other team that I tried moving through these woods here, just getting hit with artillery right away, so. Enemy's defensive line pretty strong. Definitely usually seems easier to break through. But as you've also realized, I don't really have any help. But I don't think this guy has any help either. (16-16) here with 35 minutes to go. Sturm shoots and working their way through the woods. And this is perfect for them in here too, so it's going to be really hard. Unless there's an off map and a rush of assault teams, it's going to be hard to get these guys out of there. I did capture the intersection with that M4 though. For a second. T-60 probably going to get overwhelmed here by these Sturm shoots, and he's starting to back off. go back to our zone here. So, our Lovas team's still alive in here, fighting these airborne rifles. I've got 2 more coming in. There are 11 men with an MG42 instead of the Solothorn. Our Nimrod takes out the Bowfighter 10. And we've got another Tiger in here to help cut off reinforcements. We've got this flag over here. So this is the position I was talking about. I moved really far forward there. This is where this probably makes more sense to be. So I'm getting counter batteried. I did bring in 120s to fire at the enemy's artillery positions as well, but they're pinned down right now. And it's just to me, a little bit more of a boring match because everyone's just so heavily invested in artillery. And I really couldn't make a breakthrough because of it, but we're just sitting here throwing rounds back and forth at each other. You know, what I probably should have done, as I think about it now, is start to send some infantry units over here into this town to help him make a breakthrough here. I was so focused on this zone. Didn't really think about it, but that would have been super helpful to the team if I just sent maybe like 4 squads. We could have broken through the woods here probably with my help. And now the enemy is starting to move his trucks in. Maybe get some action here in our zone versus us trying to penetrate into their sector. MG34 getting those guys knocked out in the open here. Continuing to get pinned down here by the artillery fire. MG34 is spotting the Shrapniki down here. So Ursat's Truba not going to be much of a match against all these guys. Fortunately, we got the MG34, and I think he has some artillery back here too, but he might be empty. MG34 is destroyed by artillery fire. The Arkazoks, I've got, I think, 10 of these squads. So, gonna try to use the Pioneers to break through here. I've been shelling it with the 105. And, my leader... my leader tank was blown up by counter battery fire. I'm having to move these 149s around. So 18-14 right now. I've got 2 Panthers here, so we can easily take out his Achilles. And due to artillery fire, we managed to clear out the woods here. Got an IG-33 here doing good work on these assault teams. Unfortunately, they both got their bombs off, so our Pioneer team took significant damage. Hope he doesn't get pinned by spotters, that'd be frustrating. He does! Alright, now the team's ready. We've got Lemon over here who's ready to help out, apparently, hopefully. So we got some more equipment coming in. I'm going to try to build up a mass so that we can push through. We're at 2012 now. I don't know what happened over here. We got the other hill, and then we pushed through over here. It looks like he moved his artillery way forward, so once that line collapsed. Just chewing them up. So we're out of range now for these demo teams to use their frag shells. They do have 10 M1 carbines. Artillery round lands very close from the 105, gets them pinned. Tiger here. See if we can knock out one of these cars. And we do. Pack 40 goes down. Another ISU 122 back here. Cromwell 6 firing with this 95mm high explosive shell. Not going to do anything to us. Get a penetration there. Now our team's moving forward here. Finally got some movement from the rest of the team. Take out another Cromwell. So with 2 or 3 of us, it should be pretty easy to wipe through here because there was. Looks like we got 2 players over here, but I don't know how committed they are at a 20 versus 12 at this point with 6 minutes to go. Another demo team in here. P-51 did some big damage to these squads over here. He paid for it though, he's dead. Another P-51 coming in, he's probably gonna die too. Man, he got lucky. So I've got my armored group moving forward here. It's Turan 2s and 2 Panthers, and then we've got the Toldi 2 to give us veterancy here and a recon vehicle to spot any enemies in front of us. We got a Guerrilla here backing us up. And our Lovas teams here can spot any guns that could be in these woods. I pushed my Nimrods up too, because those P-51s definitely are deadly. Just gonna try and smoke this area over here so that we didn't get side shot by the enemy. And then it looks like he was reinforcing over here. My 149s, one of them I had pushed over here to just pin everything. My Tiger here is just in vision of this M5. And we've got all these guys pinned down now. So, smoke blocked part of the view. Unfortunately, didn't get one to land right here. There was an AT gun in here. Boy, he was really hidden, huh? So the recon tank was destroyed. I did try dropping smoke over here because I thought it would be more likely to hit. And we can now see what was shooting at us the whole game back here. Bowfighter coming back in. We'll see what the Nimrods can do. Does manage to take out one of our Panthers. Tiger's still here, though, covering this reinforcement road, so I'm sure he's taken out a lot. Still got another T-34. The goal from here would just be to rip forward and take out all of his artillery and just continue pushing on these guys. We've got a Cromwell recon here. It's about our only roadblock. I think this S3 is out of range. Cromwell recon did take out one of my squads here, though. He's just out of view of everyone. 2 minutes to go, 23-9. That's amazing how this game can turn, because if we look back over here, about to push through and break through. So ME-210 finally brought him back in after we took out some of those trucks. P-51 coming back in at the end here. The Nimrod's pushing him back. So my goal, he's got his tanks here, so I want to go over to this area. I'm fast moving. BA-10 there. Does manage to take out our recon vehicle, unfortunately. (23) 24-8 is the final score of the game, which is a major victory for us. So taking a look at our team stats here. Let's see how we did. We did okay, 2250 to 1505. In terms of kills, our hero did a pretty good job. The 105 actually took out quite a few pieces of equipment, so maybe not useless. 149s took out some mortars. The 20-point infantry squad ended up taking out a lot of stuff. That Tiger set up there to cut off the team did a good job. Let's see. And then the Panther at the end. In terms of losses, just AT guns. The Sexton, these guys were just firing at us the whole game. So and that was it. We did 9% of the kills, had 9% of the command points, and 12% of the casualties. So not the best round ever for me, but it was still fun to break through the enemy lines. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.